Now, most people live in a world of becauses. Powerful people live in a world of me causes. Now, what does a because sound like? Every time you don't do what you said, every time you don't succeed in something, you will always say, because I don't have the time, because my boss doesn't support me, because I am not ready, because the environment is not suitable, because the market is bad. But you know what? A because person always will say one powerful sentence, and that sentence is, let us find out how to make this possible. Let me find out how to make this possible. Me cause. So I will find out how to make it possible. Now, notice the energy that changes in you. The moment you say, let me find out how to make this possible. Or if you're working with a team and they say, oh, sir, not possible. And you tell them, sir, let us find out how to make it possible. Notice the energy, notice the shift, right? By doing so, you're not denying any reality. You're simply not fighting it. You're saying, all right, this is what is happening. Let us find out how to make it possible. So today we will train your mind to use that question like a leadership muscle. Training mind muscle. How do you like that? You know, we live in a world of these becauses and reasons. Reasons, many a time, they will have some facts in it. So they feel very, very valid. We say, see, these are the facts. A reason can be very, very accurate, but it can still keep you stuck. You know why? Because the moment you accept that because, the moment you accept that reason, your mind will stop looking for possibilities. And if you don't see possibility, action will stop. Because the moment you say because, you're also saying, so I can't. The moment you say because, you're saying, so I will not be able to. So it is like a decision you have made, which sounds very logical to you. Because of this, I'll not be able to do it. Because of that, it's not possible. Right? So in our LMI, we will say we are shifting from reactive living to responsible living. Responsible. Responsible. When you become a me cause person, you are able to give the right response to the situation. And the best one is, let us find out how to make this happen. In NLP, we will say that we are changing your internal filter. Your brain becomes a proof finding machine. Now, if you focus on why it is difficult, a lot of times we'll say, no, because it is very difficult. Now, if you focus on it is very difficult, you will always find evidence to prove your point. If you focus on, let us find out how to make this possible, you will find many options. You're smart enough to know which one is better, isn't it? So when you say me cause, you're not blaming yourself. When you say me cause, you are declaring yourself as the author of whatever is happening, as the owner of what is happening, which is telling you that, hey, I can fix this. So it's not blame, because blame is heavy. Authorship is very empowering. I can always find a way. Authorship says, I am the cause in the matter of my life. I can influence the outcome. So the signature question of powerful people is never why. They never ask why. They will only say, let us find out how to make this possible. The problem is, the moment when you ask this question, you are problem for shirkers. Those who always keep saying because they perception about them is he's a shirker, he's a weak person, right? So the moment you ask this question, it's a problem, na? Because you have to step into a different identity. A new identity which says that you are waiting for life to cooperate. Are you waiting? No. You're becoming someone who creates that possibility. You're not waiting for something to happen. A lot of times, no, we are waiting for the right circumstances to happen, or some magic will take away all the reasons from your life. So we need to catch that, because believe me, even right now, you will be having lots and lots of becauses in your life. So please pick up one thing that you are postponing in your life right now. Postponing, not doing. It could be a task, it could be a project, it could be a conversation, it could be a health habit, it could be a decision. And very quietly complete this sentence which I am about to say. I am not doing it because. Look at the because that pops up into your brain. I'm not doing this till now because. Now I'll give you an upgraded version. Say to yourself, let me find out how to make this possible. Look at that situation. Look at that thing that you're not doing. Look at the because that you've been giving so far and say, let me find out how to make this possible. No, you become a person like that, you become unstoppable in life. You become powerful in life. You're perceived as a very strong mover and shaker in this world. You'll start to notice that people now start respecting you more. So the moment you ask that question, how to make this possible, let me give you some follow-up also. What is one step that I can take in the next 24 hours? Next question, who or what resource would help me? What is the constraint that I have to work with, not to argue with? Okay, this constraint is there. Now what? Even though the constraint is there, let me find out how to make it possible. See, powerful people don't fight with constraints. They design around them. They find a workaround. If there is a wall, around the wall, no. You can't always break the wall, correct? Sometimes the situation is something you have inherited. You can't change it. Can you saw sawdust? No, no. So again and again, you have to say, let us find out how to make this possible. Let me find out how to make this possible. That is what a me cause person does. Now, there are three buckets: control, influence, accept, and choose. Okay? Now, this is a very powerful leadership distinction that instantly cuts down or eliminate or reduces all the reasons that you've been giving. Or you might be still wanting to give, who knows. So first question is, what can I control? So there are many things I can control, right? My actions, my time choices, my preparations, I have full control on that. Second one, what can I influence? There are many things you can influence, no, through your communication, through negotiation, or through using the power of relationships. And the third question is, what can't I? What is it that I cannot change? Now accept that reality and choose anyway. There's very little you cannot change, but there are things you can't change. Like I said, can you saw sawdust? You can't. Problem with because is that you are in a state of helplessness. Okay, these all three situations, like what can I control, what can I influence, what is it that I cannot change? When you say because, you are getting into helplessness. The moment you say me cause, I am the one, it separates them and it asks another question, very simple. Let me find out how to make this possible within the constraints that are there. So you're not waiting for the constraint to go away. Got it? That's called leadership. So if you cannot control your boss, you can influence through outcomes and conversations. No, not by convincing. If you cannot control the market, you can control skill building and positioning. If you cannot control somebody's reaction, you can control your clarity, your tone, your timing, your response to somebody's reaction. Normally, what do? We will react. Somebody reacts, we will react to the reaction, and then we get into two people reacting to each other. They're not talking to each other. So you cannot control somebody's reaction. You can certainly control the way you are going to respond to it. You don't have to say, because that person reacted, I also reacted. Me cause person doesn't do that. Okay? So I'm going to give you a powerful tool. Yeah? Coming from semantic transformational processing and NLP. Yeah? Practical tool. Step number 1, you're very familiar with it by now. Always name the because. What is the because I'm giving? Write it down somewhere. I am stuck because whatever it is, that reason you are giving. Second thing is find the hidden payoff. You are allowing yourself to accept that reason or because you're getting something out of it. You don't know. Every time you say because for something, it is protecting you from something. For example, discomfort. The moment you accept your because, you don't have to push yourself and do something, no? Because that is very uncomfortable, sir. Correct? It is protecting you from rejection. It is protecting you from a feeling that you might fail. A lot of people say, no, I can try, but I know I'm going to fail. And what if I fail? I'll be very embarrassed. So that's the next one. It is saving you from feeling bad about it, feeling embarrassed. And it is saving you from that uncertainty. Every time you want to do something, when you say, let me find out how to make it possible, actions will come and you feel very, very uncertain. How do I know? Where is the guarantee? Arey Baba, you'll never know until you do it, na? So ask, what is it that I'm trying to avoid? If you are stuck with your because, you can first of all write down what is the because. This is the reason I'm giving to myself. And then you ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to avoid? And the moment you write that down, transformation will start happening to you. The moment you see the hidden benefit that you are getting is not really a benefit, but then your mind is perceiving it like that. The moment you see the payoff, you get the power back into your life. How wonderful is that? And the next and the last step is ask the power question. Let us find out how to make this possible. Let me find out how to make this possible. And immediately take one small step. You ask yourself, what is the smallest step I can take right now? The one step that you can definitely take when you're stuck with your because you're feeling a little despondent, you can use the power of generation. That is in your hand. That is one step you can take immediately. Generate happiness, generate enthusiasm, generate passion within. You've got it there. Unleash it. So the moment you take one small action, it will dissolve all these reasons and justifications that you're giving. One step followed by another step, followed by another step. and victory is there at the end of it. Yeah. So the moment you say, let us find out how to make this happen, you're turning struggle into more collaboration. When you're not always trying to do something on your own, and there's a team which says, not possible, sir. There's a deadline, everybody's saying not possible. But the boss says nothing doing, you have to keep this deadline. And you tell your team, hey, listen, I understand how you feel, but can we work together and find out how to make this possible? Never say something like, let me prove that I can do it. No. Let us find out. If you're talking to your team, let us find out how to make this possible. Let us do some brainstorming now, right? Instead of looking at more reasons why it cannot be done, let us find out reasons why it can be done. It's possible. So the moment you say let us, it includes your future self. The moment you say let us, it includes your team. The moment you say let us, it includes your mentor. You can always reach out to him. Right? It also includes all the resources which you don't know. When I do my corporate program, I make them play a game and they're so surprised, okay, sir, we never knew we have so many hidden resources. You do. The moment you say, let us find out how to make it happen, you're going to find out how much creativity you have, how much potential you have. So stop doing life alone. Step into a partnership with possibility. Make possibility your partner. The moment you say, let us find out how to make it happen, you are making possibility your partner. So the question is not just a strategic question, it's also an energetic question. It shifts your energy. It shifts you into the power energy, abundance energy. So let us become a me cause person. So you can try this for the next 24 hours till tomorrow morning. Every time you catch yourself saying, because, take a deep breath, pause, and say, let us find out how to make this possible. And then immediately do one small micro action. Planning and all you can do. One small action. Not a promise, not a plan, one simple micro action. For example, you could send a message, you could book a slot for a discussion, you could walk for 10 minutes, you could open a document and write 5 lines. You can simply pick up the bloody phone and make the call or ask for help. Or just call your team and say, hey, this is the situation. Let's find out how to make it happen. Small actions is how powerful people build their new identity. So let's end this part of the conversation with a simple declaration. I am done living in a world of becauses. No more becauses for me. I choose to be a me cause person. And let us find out how to make this possible. So if this resonated with you, share it with one friend who needs it. Yeah. And send it to him with a message. Today I chose me causes. So we will have another interesting and powerful session tomorrow morning.